money talking, because I do, and so, and then the other side is like a lot of people would give another limb to be able to say that they're gifted to be a rapper. So it's like, what am I doing? You know what I mean? Like I don't have a choice, So I was like, yo, I got back both of those situations. So I was like, I'm gonna drop something. So I did it independently and did it myself.
What was the reaction to that single when you dropped it?
Well, everybody was like, okay, thank you, Iz, for coming back through. Thank you. However, it wasn't the King or Not project. Okay?
Right.
Because like everybody that knew me for that lane kind of like wanted that. But it's 100 years later. You know what I mean? My life changed. You know what I mean? All that changed. So I was like, all right, I got a couple million streams and views. Oh, yeah, you choked up about, like, oh, my baby. So now watch this. At the end of the day, it set the tone, because right after that, everybody was looking at me like, okay, the boy's back in town. And I did it independently, and I created a buzz. But I'm going to tell you something funny about that, though. This is crazy. It's spooky, because as much as I wanted to do it, that was the first time I was doing it to not make the cake.
Wow.
Yeah. And it popped off enough for me to catapult it into me doing shows, you know what I mean? Killing upstate New York, all that. And so I say that to say this, that you never know what's going to be what takes you to the next level unless you try it. And I encourage everybody to just be like, yo, put their best foot forward and try something, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You signed to It's a 10 Records. Can you take us back to that? And you released Cake Up on that. Can you?
Yeah, that was a cool situation. That was the owners of It's a 10. One of them was a childhood friend of mine since like I was 16, since Soul Man, and he and his wife did very well for themselves. They became very rich, okay? And I always said to myself like this, because in the early 2000s, I linked up with Jeff, and I was like, yo, you know what? If I ever want to do music again, I'm going to play ball with him, because not only is he my friend, but he's a hip-hop head, right? And I trust him. It's a different thing if you don't trust people,
Right.
And so it was weird for me, because I guess what I left out about the Milk and Cookies project was this, that I was going to do the Milk and Cookies project independently only because I didn't want a label. I just didn't want it. I've been too busy being my own man, my own boss, and things like that. And so it took away from my own other businesses. So I'm sitting here buzzing, but the people that I employ, they taking hits. The people that work, for me, they taking hits. So it's sort of like, was it really like worth it to do it this way?
Right.
Because now this person probably can't put their kids through college, all that. So it was one of those situations, bro. And that's why I said, if I did it again, I'm gonna have to get with that well-oiled machine, to just be able to just push the product and let me just do what I do best, which is, the other part.
Your single Cake Up, Wake Up, Wake Up, Cake Up, Cake Up, dope song. It's getting plenty of movement, plenty of streams. How do you like the streaming game as a
I think it's terrible, the streaming game. The streaming game is terrible. But the only thing I can say about it is what it is. It's the new wave, bro. You can't be sitting here like, okay, well, if only I could just go back in time and just, do this. Nah. It is what it is. Because they took a lot of things away from the labels too, man. Like the money got funny for everybody. The money got funny for everybody. And they had to just take monies where they can. So if you're smart and you give yourself that flexibility to not have to take certain types of deals, then you win. And that's pretty much it, man. But I like the direction of the single, man. I was like the premier artist off the label that came up. They got a couple other artists that's lined up. Shout out to my boy Puda. He's killing it right now. And my man Grant's coming through next. So it's a good look.
Over the years, how do you think you progressed lyrically from the early 90s up until now?
I became different because now I have as much, you know, like I was a little more animated back then because I was more of a child. You know, I was more animated. I became more serious, but not serious in the subject matter sense, just more serious in the lyrical content. You know, I just wanted to give people more swag. And that was that, really.
What do you wish you knew then that you know now?
What do I wish I knew then that I know now? Um, I would have to say to save your damn money. Your money. Say your money. Word. Say your money. Because you know what? It was money back then, like up front. A kid from the yo, bro, listen. This is not to try to be funny and brag, but I'm going to just tell you real rap. My principal at my school in junior high school was like, you don't have to finish school. You're making more money than the principal.
Wow.
Yeah. It's crazy stuff, man. You know, it was real talk. 16 years old, I was at huge ego, huge ego. I told you, I felt like I could float. You know what I mean? My head was like, I felt like I could float, bro. That stuff will go to your head, man. So you gotta save your money.
What does Izzy Ice have coming up in the future? What can we be on the lookout for?
True story. I'm just like putting together because you know the whole COVID thing popped off, so I haven't really been like in the studio creating. I created from home. I got a lot of producers that sent me stuff. Hella love, mad love, everybody. And so I got a lot of vibes to just put together. And it was so funny. Last week, your timing couldn't be more on point. It was last week that I said, you know what, man? Enough's enough. If I got to Lysol the whole damn, what do you call it, the whole damn mic booth, that's what I'm doing. If I gotta do what Donald Trump said and take the Lysol and spray it in my damn mouth, which I never do, that's what I'm gonna do. Whatever I gotta do, because I mean, you know, it's like, you know what it is, bro? It's like contain chaos. Because as much as I'm, you know, I always say I'm a little laid back. The whole world that knows me knows I'm not laid back, right? It's
Right.
almost impossible, but you know. But if you don't know me, you're gonna probably think I am because I'm just, you know, chilling, right? But it's contained chaos. So during this period when I knew I couldn't do shows, all right, and during this period where all I had to do was make sure that my family was good, I didn't have anything else to do, bro. I'm over here turning into Bobby Flay. You know, I just opened up a catering business behind this whole COVID thing. Just like, you know what I mean? What else am I gonna do? I had a catering business that just popped off. You know, and I say that to say this, man. Like, what they can expect from me now is a couple of freestyles, right? That's gonna hit them over the head, and it's a scam. Okay,
All right.
I'm gonna hit you over the head with a billy club. I'm gonna hit you with a freestyle or so that could be a single. Mark my words. I have never failed. So don't think that I'm gonna be failing again, because I don't plan on doing this for the next 20.
Is there anybody in the future that Izzy would like to work with, whether it be artists or producers?
Yeah, man. I mean, true story. I mean, like right now, I mean, that single K Cup was produced by Cool and Dre. No, no.
No.
That's the remix of it. The remix
Okay.
was produced by, that's what you're seeing is the remix.
Right.
The original version was produced by another dude, right? And his name is Greenfinch. And my thing is this. I want to do a song with Cool and Dre that's I wrote to. Because I feel like it's a cheat. When, like, see how my DJ Premier single with Flip the Script was? Everybody was talking about it. They still got to say the Flip the Script original was solid too, right? So it's like a cheat, you know what I mean? So I want to work with them. I want to work with I'd like to play ball with Alchemist, right?
Ooh.
Yeah, I want to play ball with him because I need that dirty thing to just come to fruition, that moody stuff. You know what I mean? Because I'm that guy. You know what I mean? I got that for them. You know,
Right.
and at the end of the day, Majesty gonna live off that. That's Sonny Boy. You know, we still good. You know, it's like, you know, like the type of dudes that we ain't rocking as a group anymore. So now you know, nah, it's my bro. Till this day, I'll probably take a bullet for him. That's my guy. You know what I mean? We just had our differences, but you know what I mean? It's like, what differences? What happened? You know?
Right.
So along with local dudes that I know too. My man Ducata, he can get on that. What's up, Alexa? Mwah. And I say that to say this, man. Hella people, yo. Hella people. You know what I mean? I give all the young people a chance too. Now, as far as rappers, real rap, I want to do a song with Kendrick. I want to do a song with Kendrick, like, yeah. I want to do a song with Homeboy so bad. That's pretty much it. Like the Kendricks, the J. Coles. I want to do songs with those guys because they get it. Where you hit them with the positivity and you hit them with bars, right?
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, look, I'm the anomaly. I'm not the dude that's like, oh, well, you know, the younger generation, they ain't saying nothing. Nah, guess what they doing? They saying they taking their family out the hood. That's what they say. They say they taking their family out the hood. Now they gonna go to college and live in a better community. All right? Y'all may not want to hear that, but guess what? Go give them a check then. I'll wait. I'll wait. Ain't nobody, ain't no checks on me. All right, but that's my thing though. You know what I mean? So those artists right there.
Right. We got about 10 minutes before we get out of here. I got a few, I won't call them fan questions. I'll call them fan supporter questions.
Yay.
Ultramax 7 wants to know, how did Majesty get to his part in Juice?
Because Majesty was out and about. He was about his business. Like, he was connected to the DJ Rizzes, the Richie Riches, you know, all these other DJs. You know, there was a DJ Clip. So, unlike me that I told you, I was hustling on a different level. He was hustling in the music level. Like, that was his claim to fame. Like, he used to shoot hoop, and that was his life. So when he stopped shooting hoop, that became his life. So he was always out and about in every scene. Me, I was like Rakim. I wasn't with that. I didn't want to be all right. I ain't like that. So that's how he got put in there, because somebody told him to show up. He showed up. He showed out. Somebody else was supposed to get it, but I ain't going to say nothing.
Come on, tell us. We're here for the story.
Somebody else was supposed to get it, but he did better than somebody else.
Hey, it's like 30 years later. Tell us who that somebody else was.
He did better than somebody else. Real rap.
No doubt. Fred Rocker wants to know, did you ever do any collabs with other acts on Rowdy, like Y'all So Stupid or Illegal?
Nah, man. Yeah, you know what? We did a little bit of thing. I think we did something with Illegal, something like. But that's the one thing that I could say that was, in the beginning stages, everything was like a bit all over the place. They working on this project, that project, this project. We over here, they over there. It's like we didn't get a chance to really like have a concerted effort to do things. You know what I mean? But I did a lot of songs. It was crazy because Pudgy the Fat Bastard, remember him?
Oh yeah, I interviewed him about a month ago.
He became like our brother, you know, and Trends of Culture. We did a lot of songs together. Yeah, we did a lot of songs together that, you know, just was playing around. We just, you know, anybody probably put it on YouTube. You know, I ain't was tripping off no publishing and all that crazy, you know, whatever. Right. That's how that went down.
Tim Burton wants to know, did you guys record any more material after the 93 album?
Yes. And boy, we had some things that, all I can say is, on day one that we decide that we're going to do something, it's going to be a situation, because we could even drop some of those bombs. We got those. And I don't have them personally, but Majesty definitely has them. You know, if you could see his own record collection, how he gets down, just imagine his own stuff. You know what I mean? He got all that. All that.
Tri-Barrel Gigolo wants to know, will we ever get any new King and I music?
I'm not going to cancel that, because we did have talks about it. You know? We did have talks about that. And true story, I don't see a problem with that, you know? But only thing was like, you know what I mean? I just like wanted to control what I got going on right now and do that. There'll be, you know, probably lead into it with some Majesty production, you know what I mean? That type of thing. Because like I said, I know, you know, that's my guy and he's dope. So there ain't no problem with that. We just didn't quite foundate what it's going to be about and how it's going to go down.
What does the King and I remember the most about being on Ricky Lake?
Man, listen, that right there was pretty much about, now that it's 100 years later, I am a marketing genius. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, because when things weren't really working out, as far as like, you know, the record sales started to dwindle, I said, you know what? We're already, you know, artists. Let's just call up Ricky Lake. This is that hustler in me, right? I did that. Sales went 3 times higher instantly.
Wow.
Just like that. What's up,
That,
Buddha?
that exposure.
Yo, bro, you have to do what you got to do. I'm from Flatbush, Brooklyn, bro. What do you mean? You're from
No.
Flatbush, Brooklyn. I'm keeping it 1,000. Flatbush, Brooklyn. I'm gonna hustle.
Well, I want to thank you for joining me, Izzy. That album was definitely a big part of my 90s growing up throughout those years. Is there anything you want to leave the fans, your supporters in these times, a message to uplift? And definitely shout out your social media and where we can find all your new music.
All right. Now, the one thing I can say is this, yo. You see, I'm gonna lead off with the message before I lead off with like, follow me at, right? So, all right. So the message is, go hard, right? Whatever you find your passion is, go hard, and don't be afraid to have several passions. But what you gotta make sure you don't do is bastardize one for the other. In other words, don't be a jack of all trades and a master of none. You know what I'm saying? You can't be half pregnant. You're either pregnant or you're not. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
as far as like, you know, music is concerned, don't try to be someone else, man. You know, just be you, because you pay attention to like the Griselda, which is popping right now. They don't sound like nothing that's moving right now. They don't sound like none of that whole lane, and they're eating a lot of the food, and it makes it clear that you don't have to be a certain type of artist to eat the food. You just got to make sure you just eat the food. You know, you get on top of that beat and you spit the realest that you got. You know, and your level of realness is what everybody else is going to understand. They see straight through it.
Right.
You know, follow me everywhere at I am Izzy Ice. You know, you can follow me on that. I got that single K Cup that's out right now. You know what I mean? Check out the video. The video is a movie. It's a straight up motion picture. You know what I mean? Shout out my boy Young Puda. He's on here right now too. He got a single that's out here right now, and that's how we bang. You know what I mean? No suckerism around us. We just like look out for each other, because that's one of the problems that I see with the community that we live in. Crabs in the barrel is for real, for real, for real. So
Yep.
all I do is sell crabs out of my catering situation.
No
That's yo.
Like,
Thanks for the interview, champ.
thank you so much, man, for joining us this evening. If you need anything, any promotion, you want to jump back on and you want to promote your new single, you want to send me some music and I can blast it off, I'm here for you. Thank you so much for being such a big part of the culture and giving us a gem.
Thank you, bro.
Anything you need, like I said, be sure to reach out. That's Izzy Ice, journalist Sin-seer. This has been episode 42, and we're signing off. Thank you so much, Izzy.
Peace.